My name is Malka Irani. I am an Israeli. But after living here in India for more than 12 years, I consider myself more Indian than an Israeli. My husband is an Indian. He is a Zoroastrian from the Parsi community. We have twins, a girl and a boy. They are 11 years old. The story I share with you in this video is because I consider you my brothers and my sisters. I consider you my uncles, my aunties. India is my home and Indians are my family. My sense of duty and my sense of responsibility towards the public interest is high. What happened to me, what happened to my family can happen to anyone. No home buyer is safe in India. This story worth listening to. This story worth passing to. Home buyers today can make informed decisions when they are aware of how other home buyers like me were treated by Brigade, when they are aware what is the quality and the service of Brigade. This is my only way to prevent other home buyers to go through what we have been through. We lived and we live in a nightmare. As a person who is planning to live all her life in India, my husband and I decided to purchase our dream home. It was during Corona times, in January 2021. Three things were important to us. We believed that we are safe with Tier 1 builder, with big names such as Brigade. Second thing, we believed that it is very important to have OC, occupational certificate, because we wanted to start living our life. We didn't want any legal issues, and anybody know that when a project does not have OC or when it has partial OC, a lot of problems arise. Third thing, we wanted the house to be ready. So we found a house that we were interested in, that we were serious about. It was in Bangalore outskirts in a place called Devanahalli. It was a project of 18 acres under the name of Brigade Atmosphere. It was divided into two phases, phase 1 and phase 2. We showed interest in the model house in phase 1. Phase 2 is still not constructed. We booked the house on January 23, 2021. When Brigade agreed to give us possession between 20th to 30th of April, with official date, which is documented on the agreement for sale, it was 30th of April. So we could celebrate our kid's birthday in the new house. The model house included all the fixtures, all the fittings, all the furnitures. A pre-inspection meeting, which I initiated on 20th of April, lasted for 4 hours, and we were promised that the villa, the house, would be to our satisfaction with promised high standards of Brigade, without any compromise on quality. By the end of the day, 2 snag lists were sent by email. 1 snag for the furniture and 2nd snag for construction. The snag lists that I sent them were attached with photos. I believe that Brigade will deliver us a safe and quality house. If not the project had promises, if not the project had smooth talk and convincing skills, I would most likely have terminated the deal, since the house required repair to its core. It was very obvious to the eye. After all, maybe 1,000 to 2,000 people visited that model house. The promise for quality was assured from different level. Different employees in different level promised me that they will provide us a quality house because this is what they know to do. I wanted to listen to that conversation of assurance with one of the employees in a level of chief sale executive. He gave us over a phone call his promise and assurance that everything will be done. Chief sale executive. He gave us over a phone call his promise and assurance that everything will be done.
वो पूछो हैंडओवर कैसे हुआ है.
नहीं नहीं
We
मान
will make sure.
वो जो हैंड ओवर किया वो घर तो ए ग्रेड का है, वो उसके
अरे
लिए
वैसे ही देंगे ना. We will give it. Is it that because it's a model apartment will not give? See, the model apartment has certain things which you will also have to take care. Now we will give it in working condition. I'm telling you repeatedly that we will give you in working condition. कहीं पे टूटा है, we are getting the carpenter. We will get the work, whatever is done.
डोर छोड़ तो चेंज हो जाएगा ना, क्योंकि डोर तो
हाँ
पूरा
हाँ
खर्च है.
अरे villa related anything which is except the loose furniture.
Okay,
Everything will be done properly.
okay
Don't
दोस्त,
worry on those fronts.
okay दोस्त, मैं बात
Yeah.
कर लेता
आप इतना अरे मैं हूं ना, मैं तो अभी मैं भाग कहाँ जा रहा हूँ? मलका को बोलो कि बॉस don't take, see it is not something, India works like this. There is a certain process, we'll have to honor that, and no one will give you a bad handover. It is not something which is Brigade's quality, because there will be a QA, everything will be done. So don't worry on that. And we have sold model apartments elsewhere also. We just now sold CMD's apartment.
right,
So we will ensure that we know this job. We are already in the process of appointing the guys who will
मैं
do the
बात
work.
कर लेता हूँ, मैं बात कर लेता
The walls needed to be repainted. The electricity points were in a mismatched colors. Some doors needed to be replaced. The window glasses were scratched. Some furniture items were broken, like the chairs. The curtains and the pillows were torn. Also, some specification that any other house had in the project was missing in that model house, because, and this is something that we came to know only after signing the agreement, that the house, the model house and that cluster is an old cluster which was constructed 5 years ago. So it was missing backyard opening, backyard door, it was missing a window in the maid's room, a shade on top of the entrance door, electricity point was not there in the powder room, and many more specifications were missing. The relationship and the journey started positive, with a promise that our villa will match the same quality of any completed villa on the project. And not only quality was assured, also a timeline. However, promises aside, and reality was a nightmare. And that was a nightmare that we paid money to be in it. Brigade was unable to give us possession on time. Brigade did not give us what we agreed. But it was too late for us to change the plan, since we made the arrangement to vacate the existing flat that we were residing. So we ended up on 30th of April with no shelter. Thanks to the lockdown, which was imposed by the government of Karnataka on 27th, Brigade gave us alternate one-room accommodation in their clubhouse, in the same project in Brigade Atmosphere. But that did not happen so easily. It happened after begging. I begged them to take responsibility. So we, family of 4, with our pets, we were staying in the clubhouse from 27th of April till 28th of July. 3 months. It was not fun, it was not comfortable. While Brigade has 4 rooms to offer in the clubhouse, they gave us only 1 room. 1 room with 1 bed for 4 people. 1 bed for 4 people during 3 months. We had a lot of difficulties. Difficulties such of making food in the pantry, because we were staying on top and the pantry was down and staff members were occupying it. We had difficulties of having hot water for shower. We had difficulties of having ventilation. The AC was not working properly and it was hot summer days. There was no Wi-Fi for online studies for the children. There was no washing machine. We had to wash our clothes in a kind, helpful neighbors' houses. The project had compromise on quality of the house. They started to work fast and rushly. They had different solutions to serious defects, and the house quality had poor workmanship. Everything they did in order to vacate us from the clubhouse, from the room accommodation that they were providing to us, and that they gave us due to their deficiency of service. We were harassed multiple times by cruel demands by Brigade to vacate the room during lockdown. We have 2 minor kids. Unless we did not continue to pay, they did not allow us to stay in the clubhouse. Repeatedly they contacted me. Repeatedly they interacted with me. They asked me to possess. Even in untimely hours I received SMSs. And all the time I told them, very clearly, I indicated that I am not interested to possess or register the property in incomplete manner. I was amazed and I did not believe that the team was instructed to save cost, so the electrical switches were not replaced. All the electrical switches that I told you that they were mismatched, what they did is that they were washed. Two housekeeping ladies, they sat with buckets of water, they sat with soaps, and they started washing the switches. The exterior painting of the house it was denied. We had to compromise only on 4 areas to be painted. Why? Because the material is expensive. The wooden floor in the master bedroom had one tile which is different in shade because they replaced it. They did not want to replace the entire room. What they said? Cover it with a carpet. The maid's toilet till today has 2 different colors of wall tiles. It cannot be repaired, they said. The terrace will not have slope test since it is old constructed area. But this is exactly why it is required, the slope test, right? Because it is old. They forgot the electricity point in the powder room and they forgot the electricity point in the area next to the powder room. So the reply was, do you know what it takes to do it now? How much of civil work? I'm overwhelmed. The house was monitored in a very careless attitude. The furnitures were inside the house when they were repairing. Nobody took care of the furnitures properly. Many times I complained by telling them that water is spoiling the wood, so I asked them to monitor the housekeeping when they are cleaning the furnitures with the water. The housekeeping team, they called them an expert housekeeping team. They were cleaning the glass windows with steel scrub till I stopped them. On another occasion, the working team, they forgot to close the window or the door, so monkeys entered the house and they destroyed the curtains, they destroyed the walls and they urinated everywhere. We were requested not to enter to the house. However, on July 24th, after we paid 100% of the house value, 100% of the furniture value, the engineer did not object to show the house, which was not a model villa anymore, to other people. We were not allowed, but other people were allowed to our house. Brigade tried to make shortcuts by giving us a used frame of window for the maid's window, and they stopped it because I caught them. See the video.
Why are they using old pieces for this window when it was very clear that he ordered a window? So why old if he ordered one? Why? Is this a second-hand house? Why old?
All this affected not only our mental health, but also our physical health. My husband had for days a chest pain. And after he visited the cardiologist told him that he is having it due to hypertension. I did not understand how can it be legal to possess an incomplete house. I did not understand how it can be even ethically to accept, to ask a family to leave the clubhouse in times of lockdown. I did not understand how suddenly a Snag list, which was agreed to be completed, suddenly was refused. These were the reasons for me to start and read and learn by the help of well-wishers and good home buyers. I started to learn about my rights. I started to learn about the law of the state. I started to learn about the law of the nation. I started to read the acts like RERA and COFA and the Consumer Act. Also, the Human Rights Act. All this time, the Business Connect demanded that we should go for registration. They wanted us to possess and register a partially completed villa. The project had also joined the request. When I asked for QA, the request was denied. They said that the house had QA years ago. The house was denied QA, unlike the protocol or the promises of Brigade. I refused the registration. I refused the possession of an incomplete house. Not only that was incomplete, it was also without QA. Not only that was incomplete and without QA, but also some documentation were missing. They were supposed to give us documentation during booking, which they did not give us. Not only all this, but also inventory of all the items in the model house was not given to us. Since I objected the registration under these circumstances, in return, the project head refused providing me civil activities in the house. They use new tactics now, the tactic of passive-aggressive behavior, exactly how he promised in his SMS to me. And I read, "Finally, I have decided not to involve further activities in your Unit Villa 44 from today onwards. Thank you for your cooperation till yesterday. Goodbye." The Business Connect also stopped the going on work in our house, and they asked us again to vacate the clubhouse. See the video. Yesterday it was open. All of the houses are open. It was closed, it was locked today because yesterday, 23rd of June, I got SMS at 6:30 in the morning from the project manager asking me to register and possess the house when the house is not complete. Just see what I mean when the house is not complete. There is no window, the house is not complete, and inside there are more defects to be corrected and completed. Our lawyer, who was informed immediately by us about what is happening and about the situation, he called the chairman and he requested the chairman to allow us to possess prior to registration, and he gave example the other 2 or 3 families who are living in the project without registration. They are possessing the house without registration. The chairman, after gathering information, he called back our lawyer and he said that the protocol and the procedure of Brigade has changed, and now they request people to register, and then only people can possess the house. In the phone call, the chairman also advised our lawyer to ask us to register the house, and he assured us that all the pending jobs will be completed. We felt that we are speaking indirectly to the founder of the organization, and we felt that the founder of the organization is assuring us all the jobs will be completed. He gave us his promise. So that gave us confidence. So on 26th of July, we made the registration payment. We paid the duty, the payment of stamp duty and registration, and we also summarized the conversation of the lawyer with the chairman, keeping the CEO of residential on CC. The registration of the house, it was not done based on our free will. The sale deed had many sections which did not tally with existing law or with the RERA Act. A long detailed letter and email was ready with objection to the sale deed on the same day of registration, which was 28th of July. My objection was sent to the authorized signatory, and later on also it was followed by a registered post. The email to authorized signatory says, "We are pressured to execute the sale registration prior to handover of the villa." During registration, after signing on all pages of sale deed, we refused to sign one page, page 28. It was Form B. It was an annexure to the sale deed. And within short time, because we refused to sign it, phone calls from Brigade started coming. Listen to one of the phone conversation.
Was like a not bring to our notice, all these things happen, but I am telling you that, ma'am, till you get your keys in hand, the defect liability period, whatever is there, that it we will treat that as our villa, and what all the things to be accommodated to that we shall do it. And what I'm requesting you is, please sign on the annexure 9, whatever is there, and
I
please
am
finish.
not going to sign. It is my right not to sign. You cannot force me. Why are you forcing me? It
Ma'am,
is
this is
my
a part
house.
of this is
It
a
is not
part.
part, my friend. The cell deed, 27 pages of cell deed. I signed. My husband signed. I have all the photos. This is an annexure. I don't have to sign it. I signed the cell deed. I secured you and I secured me. This I don't have to do it, madam. I don't have to do it. I know my rights. Please stop abusing me.
Ma'am, when you will be signing this, ma'am? You tell me that when you will be signing this.
Madam, just please stop harassing me. Please, I request you. I am harassed enough.
No, ma'am, it
Please.
is not that. It's a request, ma'am. It's a humble request, ma'am. What's your plan to sign on this form? Tell me, ma'am.
I'll
That is
tell
what's the,
I'll tell you something. Defect liability period.
yes,
Okay?
yes.
That you mentioned that yes, I supposed to possess. I supposed to get defect liability from possession, not from OC. You did not put it in there. You agree to RERA. You know RERA. but you did not put it in the cell. You took this right away from me. This is not right. You cannot take the rights anymore and away from me. You promised me NOC and then you changed the NOC. You did so many wrong things. Promised me to change the bathtub. You know how my house looks?
Ma'am, to sign
Do
the
you know how
document,
my
to
house
sign
looks?
that, no, 1 second, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, to sign the document, what is that required from our side? You tell me, ma'am. To sign that form 9, what form 9 or annexure, what is required from builder side? Please let me know,
We
ma'am.
will talk face to face.
Okay,
We
that
will
we will,
talk on
ma'am.
the table face to
Ma'am,
face
you would
with
have
the...
informed me. No, ma'am, you would have come there to address all this. Now it
No,
is
don't
like a,
come. No, don't
ma'am,
come there.
registration
I will
process
come
is
and I will...
registration process is incomplete, ma'am. To
It
get
is
that form
complete.
9,
It is complete. Please stop lying to me. Don't lie to me, please.
ma'am, that
It is
document need to
complete.
be scanned, right? The document has not been scanned in an official
The
website
cell,
because
the cell deed, it is, the cell deed is registered. The cell deed is signed. So please don't manipulate me. Enough with all these games. I know my rights. I know my rights. Please, enough. Don't violate the law. You are violating RERA. You have no respect to RERA. You have no respect to your chairman.
After these multiple phone calls which harassed us deeply, 30 minutes later, we agreed to sign the Form B, of course under coercion. The same day we entered finally to the house. There was a ceremony with blue ribbon, there was a ceremony of handover of the keys to our hands, and during the handover it also was required to have an inspection and write down whatever was pending. At time of handover, there was another thing which I was not aware. They provided us a new document to sign. It was a document under the title Declaration. Other than mistake stating wrong date of sale for agreement, or other than mistake asking us to abide to rules and regulation formed by Brigade Orchard, which is not the name of our project. My project's name is Brigade Atmosphere. There was one mistake which was extremely important. The most important discrepancy was under subtitle Defect Liability Period. Few hours before, I signed on sale deed saying the defect liability period is 5 years. Even RERA Act is saying the same. But the declaration of Brigade said, we hereby declare and confirm that defect liability period is for 1 year or 12 months from the date of possession. We refused to sign the declaration. RERA defect liability period is for 5 years. Why should I waive off my rights? After all, I bought a model house which is incomplete, and in addition to that, they're asking me to waive off my rights? On July 30th, 2 days later, we sent email and request for timeline when they are going to come and complete the pending jobs. And there was a reply. We request you to hand over us the signed declaration form, which is part of the handover process, to consider the above snags. You mean to say that you're not going to do it till I'm going to sign, right? So you're putting me an ultimatum? Follow-up email by me to the authorized signatory with an update of denial of services to us as home buyers was sent. Also a notice to rectify the defects as per RERA Act was sent, and I asked them within 30 days to come and do all the pending jobs in the house. All we wanted was to buy the dream home. We believed that we are safe with Tier 1 builder. We believed that we are safe with big name as Brigade, but reality and experience showed us otherwise. Our problems and dissatisfactions were not addressed on time. Our problems were not addressed in a proper manner. We reached to a house with false promises, house which is non-compliant. And this is how our problem started. This is how we started living in fear. And this is our nightmare. I requested from the police protection to my family. Why? In my next video. How many defects the third-party inspection company found in my house? Because I did not get QA, so I had to order one. In my next video, you will find the answer. How and why my husband got electric shock? Why Bescom Vigilance Police visited the project? Other than the house quality problems that I am facing, what other problems the project is facing? Subscribe to my channel, click on the notification bell, and forward this video to someone you care about, someone you want to save from a bad deal, someone you want to save from a builder. Watch for part 2, all the answers in my next video.